A very good afternoon to you all and welcome from me, Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, to Lunchtime News here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 27th day of June 2023. We're coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. And later on in this program, we expect to be joined by a representative from Airtel Uganda, and we'll be looking at the thematic campaign that is focused on building a deeper emotional connection with its customers. Welcome once again. Now, members of Parliament from Karamoja sub-region under the Karimojong Parliamentary Forum have shunned the Director of Public Prosecution loss of interest in the preferred charges against the 17 ministers who were implicated in the Karamoja Iron Sheets scandal. Now, speaking before the press at the members' lounge in Parliament, the chairperson of the Karamoja Parliamentary Forum, Remigio Achia, revealed that the DPP exonerated the ministers without any iota of truth in her loss of interest submission to court. Remigio stressed that the office of the Prime Minister has had a history of scandals involving misappropriation of funds for vulnerable communities in Uganda. Take a watch.
We would like to underscore the impunity with which those that were in charge of the Karamoja ministry in the office of the Prime Minister and all their cohorts decided knowingly, I want to underscore that word, knowingly. They decided knowingly and with dishonesty and arrogance to steal, to sell, and to distribute those iron sheets among their colleagues among them, and among themselves without an iota of shame, instead of giving them to the people that the President and the people of Uganda through a supplementary had asked them to give. Number two, we note the detailed and comprehensive and want to thank the Committee of Presidential Affairs for the detailed and comprehensive findings contained in their report. The committee chaired by the Honorable Jessica Babiku that has made a number of recommendations, which among other things, which I think the President knows, is that they noted the absence of clear management systems in the office of the Prime Minister. And the absence of these systems has over the years presented fertile ground for corruption, impunity, and perennial arrests of the technical people in that office. So many over the years, under Amama Mbabazi, under Rugunda, there is just a fertile ground which is in that office for anyone who comes there for people to do what?
Now, the National Drug Authority, NDA, has arrested Dr. Sally David of Dama Medical Hubs for illegally selling unauthorized medicines. NDA spokesperson Abiaz Rwamiri said the arrest of Sally was timely following complaints from the public.
After a public outcry over the illegal promotion and advertisement of drugs and medical treatment, unauthorized online medical treatment that has been promoted by a one Sari, who calls himself a doctor, Dr. Sari, and today when we reached at his clinic, they call him Professor, who has been going on TikTok, making all claims of medical claims of treating different conditions.
To matters pertaining to health, the Ministry of Health, together with MedExpo, has organized a 3-day medical expo to create awareness about various diseases and how they can be prevented. A series of activities will be carried out during the expo, which include screening and treating some diseases. The expo will be held at Lugogo Uma Showgrounds starting on the 7th to the 9th of September 2023.
There's a huge gap in medical knowledge among the general public. Okay, so you'll find that many people, because they lack awareness of some of the medical information, they are not able to prevent some of the diseases. So you find that very many people think that having a big belly is a sign of being rich. Okay, they don't know that it causes diabetes. That's ignorance. You might find that your child breathing fast might be a sign of pneumonia, because people think it is cough. Okay, cough is not necessarily a sign of pneumonia. Fast breathing is a sign of severe pneumonia. So they don't know that. By the time a child is breathing fast, they need oxygen. So we are able to ensure that patients, not only do we prevent disease, we are now making sure that you come for treatment early. So that in itself is an advantage. There is perpetuation of medical myths. Many people believe wrong things. You know what, vaccines don't work, or they cause autism, or this thing caused this and that thing caused that. Those are medical myths. So we want to be able to tackle that and provide good evidence-based medical information. I was given an example, for example, that many people come and say, I'm going to do a bone marrow in India, but the survivability of a bone marrow is around 5 to 10%. Okay, survivability. So everybody sells all their wealth and go to all these places. Okay, and you might find that instead of going to India, there are some people who can do it in Uganda here. Okay, but because your friend told me, no, me they told me to go here, me they told me to go here. Yes, and that's why I said, for example, many health workers, if you notice, they tend to deliver in a certain hospital. Other people deliver in another hospital. Why is that? What do the doctors know? So one of the things we want to do is really engage in a very deliberate manner, not accidentally where a patient says, oh, you're a doctor, I have a question. That is the commonest question doctors are asked. You're a doctor, I have a what? I have a question. It means that the public is really, really thirsty and really, really lacking medical information. So how do we answer that question in a very deliberate manner? We end up reducing the rates of sickness and the rates of deaths and the rates of chronic disability.
Only charging a fee of 5,000 shillings for entrance. Of course, we will have exhibitors. Those have a different arrangement, and they are welcome to come and partner with us on this initiative. But for the public, it's as low as
to Napak district now, where about 1,000 primary, secondary and tertiary learners from Napak district have been passed out after 2 weeks intensive patriotic training. The function was officiated by the Deputy 3rd Division Commander, Brigadier General Felix Usizori, who urged Karimojong to embrace economic social transformation to fight poverty. The function was attended by Napak Resident District Commissioner Dennis Okori, Napak Woman Member of Parliament Faith Nakut, among others.
Is lack of patriotism. The root of corruption, the root of ungodly acts is because someone is not patriotic enough to feel guilty. To be patriotic is a state where you can be seated in a place and there is no one seeing you, but in that state you still do the right thing. If you're able to be entrusted with a responsibility and you're able to do it without any
to fighting poverty. It doesn't just happen miraculously that your household, even if government has put in money to the PDM operation, wealth operation, whichever money, as long as you do not take action to utilize that money to make more money, to make your household rich. All these projects will come and go, and then we will say what happened to us. So you people of Napak who are listening to me, particularly the young people, you have a contribution to make. You have a contribution to make.
And for us as individuals, must be a patriot, must all love our country. Responsible means respecting your parents, respecting leaders, and also be able to do work at home. You have been taught how to be a patriot. Therefore, you should be agents of change. As you go back home, make sure what you have studied here, you also teach those who remain at home. If your brothers, that peace is very, very important for all of us. Tell them that stealing cattle is bad, killing people is bad, so that they can change.
To news pertaining to the education sector now, and the Minister of Education and Sports is to embark on developing a national qualifications framework where other existing qualifications like the Higher Education's Qualifications Framework and Uganda Accountability Qualifications will be integrated. Inaugurating the committee and secretariat of stakeholders from various departments of education, the Director, Higher Education and TVET, Jen Egao, said the framework, once developed, will make it possible for the world of work to make informed decisions about the competencies of learners graduating from different educational settings within and outside the country.
Our education system lacks an instrument that describes qualifications, and this has been a disadvantage to us at various levels, especially during rating of qualifications. In the East African region, we seem to be lagging behind other countries such as Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania. Migration of labor is greatly affected, and so is continuity of education and training in foreign countries. That indicates the comparability of different qualifications and how one can progress from one level to another within the education sector and the world of work. The framework facilitates the development, classification, and recognition of knowledge, skills, and other competencies along a continuum of agreed levels. It is also used to structure existing and new qualifications which are defined by learning outcomes, that is, clear statements of what the learner must know, what the learner must understand, and what the learner must be able to do, whether acquired in formal, non-formal, or informal settings. Background that the Ministry of Education and Sports, as a technical lead in the development of human capital, has embarked on the development of a national qualifications framework with guidance from the leadership of the sector, spearheaded by the First Lady and Honorable Minister for Education and Sports. The overall objective of the assignment is to develop a Ugandan national qualification framework that will reflect existing and envisaged sub-frameworks. The framework will cover all forms, levels, and categories of education and training in the country. It will also take care of all learning achievements and pathways across vocational and academic fields. After extensive consultations with different stakeholders, the Ministry has instituted a 9-member committee with membership drawn from different entities within the education sector. The operations of the committee will be supported by a secretariat.
Works that we have been working with. We already have the higher education qualifications framework that was approved.
Now, former Member of Parliament for Oyam North constituency, who also represented the LRA commander Dominic Ongwen at the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Crispus Charles Ayena, has crossed to the ruling NRM party after throwing in the UPC towel. However, speaking in an interview, Ayena denied to have crossed to the NRM for a job hunt or plot for 2026. The NRM Secretary General Richard Todwong, during a political rally in Oyam, welcomed him, saying it's an indicator that the NRM, led by candidate Okello Jr., is a sign of a win for the party. Take a watch.
And at my age, upon serious consideration and reconsideration, I think NRM is well positioned to deliver things for my people. I have watched President Museveni for a long time. I worked with him for 5 years when I was the Corporation Secretary of NEC, and he was the chairman of NEC for 5 years. I was sitting next to him for nearly 5 years. I know the person he is. A man with a clean heart, very good heart, very compassionate, and is a man of who takes no revenge, a man of no vengeance at all. So I thought I should come back to serve under him in whatever capacity.
And I'm really overwhelmed. All the people you see in UPC coming openly to join us in this campaign are ready and are willing to join NRM, and they're only waiting for the time they should join. They are expecting that the president will come for the final rallies on the 4th. If he doesn't come, we shall find a better, appropriate way of officially receiving them. These people who are joining NRM are not just ordinary people. They are leaders, they are very strong people, they have been in leadership position for a long time, and they are change agents in this constituency. So we are very grateful that they are joining NRM. So we shall organize at the right time to officially receive all of them to NRM.
Now, the parish development model is catering for low-scale farmers to join the money economy. Already established farmers could actually be left out. Now, a call for reduction of interest on farming loans has been made, as well as an extended period of loan repayment. General Charles Otema wants commercial banks to support more investment besides trading for profit. Henry Okrut gives us more.
An evening at the farm in Nwea district, with over 800 acres of soya beans being sprayed just moments after the sun has set out. It is just one of the farming ventures practiced by General Charles Otema Awany, the commander of reserve forces of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, walks us through the scheme just before retiring to a campfire within the farm. But why soya bean? What about any other venture? This is the story that he shares with us.
At cassava here where we are, I grow maize, I grow soybean, and more so soybean now. The demand is quite high for animal feeds, for oil.
He has been doing this for over 10 years.
Last year, I did 1,200 acres of soybean, and now I intend to do close to 2,000 acres of maize. You know, now the maize grain is quite expensive now.
From 1 acre of soya beans, a net return of 1 million is earned. This is dependent on seasons.
Right now we are doing mechanized, yes, machinery and water, but all they say we need the people, we need the young generation to operate the tractor, to operate combine harvester, but you hardly get them. So it is just a mindset.
He now looks at value addition on all crops grown here: maize, cassava and soya beans.
You have seen power now here is good, so that I can be able to process it, oil, and also get the cake for the animal feeds. That's what I'm looking at.
Otema wants government financial support as an intervention on loan acquisition and repayment period extension.
If they give the loan, the interest should be, the period should be longer, and the interest also should be not much. 12% is still very high. They need to revise it further down.
At least 2,000 acres of maize are in offing, with a vision for value addition on all crops. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thanks, Henry, for that report there. Now we'll be going for a very short break. But before that, we've got this announcement from the Ministry of Public Service, and the Honorable Minister for Public Service informs the general public that Wednesday, the 28th day of June 2023, is Eid al-Adha, and that is the festival of sacrifice, and the day will be observed as a public holiday throughout Uganda. I'll repeat that. The Honourable Minister for Public Service informs the general public that Wednesday, the 28th of June 2023, is Eid al-Adha, and that is the festival of sacrifice, and the day will be observed as a public holiday throughout Uganda. And it has been signed by Kaima Godfrey for the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Public Service. Let's take that break.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Uganda is rich in natural resources and hard-working people. But to turn these resources into real progress and development, we need to invest in our infrastructure, education, and healthcare. That's where taxes come in. When we pay our taxes, we are investing in our country's future. We are supporting the schools that educate our children, the hospitals that care for our families, and the roads and bridges that connect our communities. And when businesses pay their taxes, they are contributing to the growth and development of Uganda's economy. They are helping to build a stronger, more prosperous nation for us all. So when you pay your taxes, you are investing in the future of Uganda and supporting the progress and development of our nation. Uganda is because of you.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Still watching Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, and we are glad that you are still with us. It's that time now where we have an interview with our guest, and the guest is from Airtel Uganda, and her name is Joeria Nabake, and we're here to talk about the penetration of ICTs in our way of life, and of course in business and all other sectors. And without much and further ado, let me say good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Thank you for the work as Airtel, and of course there's a lot of innovation that you guys have come up with. But here today we're talking about a reason to imagine and Airtel smart plans. Briefly tell us. I'll go straight. We have been known to, Airtel, the smartphone network, but now we see something else, and that is a reason to imagine.
Correct.
Tell us about it.
So Airtel has been driving the smartphone network slogan for some time now as our main purpose on trying to drive digitalization in Uganda. So we've been, trying to harness the advantage of having smartphones to improve your lives. Reason to imagine is just making it better. It's basically tapping into the creativity of Ugandans and taking advantage of our fully 4G network, our services, and the solutions that we have to provide, both on the mobile side and on the financial side. So, reason to imagine, if you recall, some time back we recently had our Uganda Needs More of You campaign, where we're tapping into creativity and how people have been able to use the internet to improve their lives. Reason to imagine is just cementing the extraction of creativity and innovation among the youth in Uganda.
Very, very interesting, of course, because I think the slogan itself, a reason to imagine, it really creates in a person's mind some sense of, imagining. You start imagining things. But also, the other thing is when this one comes on, people will definitely think, are there other products that probably you have introduced recently to support the youth, because the youth are really so passionate about the creativity industry. So have you got some new products?
So as part of our reason to imagine, we recently launched a new product known as Smart Plans. The name clearly defines the product. On a network like Airtel, where you have a reason to imagine with your smartphone, the next best alternative for you is the Smart Plan. This is the first of its kind in Uganda. It's a product that provides voice minutes, both minutes that call within the Airtel network and outside the Airtel network. It provides MBs, that is data. It provides SMS. Now the difference between all our other products and this product, this is the first product where you can tugabane your minutes.
All right.
So
you
as
never
Airtel,
had that before,
we've been having for the longest time data share, which the customers know as Tugabane, where you can share your data with up to 4 people on the Airtel network. This new product, the Smart Plan, is the one of its kind product in Uganda where you can Tugabane your minutes with 4 people within your Tugabane portfolio. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, someone would say, okay, this is a new product, and but I'd also want to know, I'd like to know what are the benefits that come with, subscribing to this?
Okay, so this product provides convenience. First of all, it has now become my latest favorite product. So what happens now for a normal Ugandan, you'll buy a data bundle, you'll buy a voice bundle, then you'll buy a bundle calling all networks. This product comes with all the products in one product.
One package.
This is why it's known as a smart plan. The convenience that comes with the product. So with a smart plan, you'll be able to call all other networks and still be able to use data and SMS. And all these can be used with all the people that are in your Tugabane, up to 4 people in your Tugabane.
Wow, it's a very good strategy. Probably you're now going to win more people to your side. And also,
we're just trying to help people plan for their usage. This is another reason to imagine. The same way you plan for your umeme bill, the same way you plan for your national water bill. I know I have to pay 30,000 every month. You have to be able to plan for your mobile so that you can grow your business with a fixed budget. You know your monthly costs, and a smart plan will allow you to do that.
Thank you so much. You have talked about cost, and so what is the cost of this package, if I may ask?
So there are 4 plans in this. It's a platinum and a gold. There are 4 ranges starting from 60,000 shillings to 250.
And that is for a month?
Yes, it's valid for a month. But also these plans come with what is known as booster bundles. Okay. So if your plan runs out, because remember you have 4 people on your plan, and as you know, the youth these days, they're running all their businesses on the internet, they're advertising their products. So if your plan runs out before the 30 days, we have what we know as the booster packs that can extend the plan for a longer period than if it runs out within the 30 days.
Okay, someone watching right now, and you've talked about the packages and the cost. Today, I don't see so many people really affording that, and yet we are actually, the target should be the youth who are so innovative today. Do you think the cost of these packages is pocket friendly?
So the basis of coming up with this pricing is based on the customer's current behavior. As it is now, like I explained, when we're running Uganda Needs More of You, there are more people now that are drawn to using the internet to drive their businesses. So in reality, an average Ugandan who is running a business on social media is spending about 60,000 shillings on using the internet to run their business. That's why I was saying that the smart plan can help you plan for your business. You have a fixed cost. So what Airtel has done is, instead of you using 60,000 for only the data, we've added for you minutes. Call anyone on any network, send SMSs, and please go ahead and share. So within that 60,000 that you were already using on data to run your business, Airtel has added for you minutes. Make your international calls, make your calls, enjoy your life, and run your business smoothly with a managed cost.
All right, and very, very, I mean, what you're telling us and the viewer out there, this is definitely something we should appreciate from Airtel Uganda. But also, how does one activate, the Airtel smart plans?
Okay. A few months ago, we unified all our products and put them under *100 hash. If you're looking for anything, voice, SMS data, it's under *100 hash. So a customer simply has to dial *100 hash and select option 6, smart plans.
All right, you've heard that. The thing that you have to do is dial *100 *6 hash, and then you'll activate that very good innovation, that is the smart plan. And of course, you can also choose, I mean, what I can see is this gold, platinum, gold plus, or platinum plus. And as we come to the end of this interview, of course, there are so many things that a person can do with this initiative, and but the other thing is, can someone upgrade or downgrade from one package to another, and how can that be done?
Okay, so you simply dial *100 hash, option 6, smart plans, and you can move within the plans. You can choose gold, gold plus, platinum. The plans are open. So also we had our one-of-a-kind launch where we recently did the eSIM, which is now available on the Airtel network. These plans are also available on the eSIM.
Okay.
Yes.
Finally, any last remarks? But of course, but before we go to that, do I need to change my SIM card if I need to,
No.
activate this?
The smart plans are available for all our prepaid and postpaid customers, and you do not have to change your SIM card.
You're parting short.
I just want to encourage our Airtel customers that as we move towards digitalization and improving our financial education, the same way we plan for the rest of our lives, we have to be smart about how we use our phone. Airtel has provided a service under smart plans where you can have data, SMS, minutes, calling all networks in one plan. You should be able to say that I spend 60,000 shillings every month on my phone. I have over 1,300 minutes. I'm calling all networks, and I can share with up to 4 people. Let's plan for our lives for financial freedom.
Thank you so much, Joeria, right?
Yes.
Joeria Nabaka.
Yes.
This has been Joeria Nabaka, and of course, she's from Airtel Uganda. We've just been talking about, their latest, catchphrase, I should say, and that is a reason to imagine. And of course, talking about Airtel smart plans, you've heard everything. So just go to your nearest Airtel shop, and you'll definitely get everything that you need in as far as this plan is concerned. Joeria, thank you so much for having been here, and that's it from Joeria. We've heard a lot about that, but let's continue, and we have a final bit of our news, and that is we're going to look at sports, and we're looking at squash, and that is the 2023 Open Squash Tournament served off last evening at the Kampala Club Limited with a low turn-up of both players and spectators. Now, though some matches were abandoned because there were no players, the few present were good for the start. In the opener, Timothy Kayondo defeated Alan Chiuka 3-1, and in game 2, Abdir Chezila beat Rafael Sozi 3-0. The event, organized by the Uganda Squash Rackets Association in partnership with Kinyara Sugar Limited, is played in the best 5 formats and has players from Uganda and Kenya. The tournament enters day 2 today, that is Tuesday, and will go on until July the 1st at the Kampala Club, with games starting 5 p.m. every day. Well, that's what we had time for this Tuesday, the 27th day of June 2023. Thank you so much for having kept us company. Remember that we shall have our next bulletin that will come your way at 8 p.m. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijana Ngoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon.